Stop, don't scroll. Allow me to explain to you what Sigma rebellion is. Have you ever asked why the world is the way it is? It is because of Sigma rebellion. It is because of men who don't accept and roll over with conditions and rules. Men who, when they come across defeat, will rewrite the rules of the game. When you are about to beat them in chess, they will turn the game into checkers and beat you in chess. Pause and listen to that again. This is Sigma rebellion. It is a defiant attitude that refuses to lose. The rules of the game bend for these men, and I invite you to be one of these men. I will lift the curtain and show you the dark psychology of these men, what makes them tick and what makes them boom. Here we go. If you're still living by rules you didn't choose, you're not building a life. You're performing one. You're being trained to seek permission, to chase approval, to stay predictable. And predictable men get managed. Machiavelli said, "It is much safer to be feared than loved if one must choose." That line is not about becoming cruel. It is about understanding power. The world does not reward the man who begs to be accepted. It rewards the man who cannot be controlled by praise or guilt. If you've ever felt like you are doing everything right and still getting overlooked, used, or quietly disrespected, listen closely. Because the norm is not neutral. The norm is a system. And systems do not care about you. They care about output, about compliance, about keeping you small enough to be useful and replaceable. Now let me show you what the norm really is. The norm is a cage with soft walls. It is not chains, it is comfort. It is not a guard, it is social approval. It is not a physical threat, it is the fear of being judged. The most dangerous part is this: you can live your whole life inside that cage and never realize you were trapped, because the cage gives you little rewards, a little praise when you obey, a little attention when you perform, a little acceptance when you stay quiet and agreeable. But the moment you step outside of it, the world tries to punish you. Suddenly you are arrogant, cold, selfish, difficult, different. That reaction is not an accident, it is a signal. It means you stopped being easy to manage. Sigma rebellion is not about being loud, it is about becoming uncontrollable. A man whose emotions cannot be easily pulled. A man whose behavior cannot be easily predicted. A man whose decisions do not bend just to avoid criticism. Human beings respect what they cannot easily influence. They value what they cannot easily access. They fear what they cannot easily predict. So if you want to become predator, not prey, your mission is simple. Become hard to control and easy to respect. Now I'm going to give you the Sigma Rebellion Code, 8 moves. Each one breaks a piece of the old programming. Each one makes you sharper, calmer, more dangerous in the right way. Listen to each one and check your own life as you go. Number 1, break the approval addiction. Approval is a drug, and the norm is the dealer. From early on, you were trained to ask, "Do they like me?" before you ever asked, "Is this good for me?" You were trained to fear being disliked more than you fear being weak. You were trained to treat other people's opinions as your oxygen. That is why so many men stay stuck. Not because they cannot change, but because change risks rejection. In my experience, I watched this ruin a good man. He was the reliable one, the one who always showed up, the one who helped people move house, fix problems, listen to their drama. He answered every call, every message at any time. People praised him constantly. Such a good guy, always there, always helpful. But when life hit him and he needed help, almost nobody showed up. The same people he had always supported were suddenly busy, silent, distant. The day he finally said no, he saw their true colors. They acted offended. They made him feel guilty, as if he had broken some moral contract. That is when he realized the truth. They did not value him. They valued their access to him. Sigma rebellion begins when you cut off free access, when you stop living like your time is cheap, when you stop donating your energy to people who would never defend your name in a room you are not in. Ask yourself this right now. How many people in your life would still be around if you stopped being useful to them? That number is your real circle. So here is your first practice. 1 micro rebellion every day. Do not respond instantly to every message. Do not over-explain your decisions. Do not chase conversations where you are clearly not respected. Do not laugh just to fit in. Do not agree when you do not believe it. At first, this will feel wrong. You will feel guilty. You will feel like you are being rude. You are not being rude. You are breaking addiction. And if you keep chasing approval, you will spend your life auditioning for people who were never going to cast you as the main character anyway. Number 2, stop defending yourself. Most men lose power the moment they start explaining. Because explanation under pressure is not just communication, it is submission. Someone accuses you, someone twists your words, someone says you have changed, someone questions your intentions. Your reflex is to defend, to justify, to clarify every detail, to send long messages. But you do not need to be understood by everyone. You need to be respected by the right people. When you defend yourself emotionally, you accept their frame. You walk into their courtroom, you stand in front of a judge who was never appointed. Sigma rebellion is different. You pause first. You let silence do some of the work. You do not rush. Then you respond with clean, short lines. Noted, if that's how you see it. Believe whatever you want. This conversation is over. No argument, no essays, no begging for them to change their mind about you. Because the more you talk, the more you leak insecurity. And insecurity invites manipulation. Think about how many times you have written a long message to defend yourself, and it did not change anything. It just made you look desperate. Your new rule is simple. If someone has already decided they want to misread you, you let them. Number 3, become strategically unreadable. The norm encourages oversharing. It teaches you that honesty means spilling your entire life, your plans, your weaknesses, your goals, your fears to anyone who asks. It dresses it up as being real and open. But uncontrolled honesty in the wrong rooms is not noble, it is naive. Because not everyone listening to you wants you to win. Some people want information so they can judge you. Some want it so they can copy you. Some want it so they can sabotage you. Some just want something to gossip about. A Sigma moves differently. He is honest, but he is not exposed. He does not announce every plan. He lets completed results speak. He does not vent his darkest fears and insecurities to people who have not earned that level of trust. He understands that once your weakness is known, it can be used. He does not complain in public, because complaining trains people to see you as powerless. He understands that perception is a tool in any power game, and he does not hand tools to people who might use them against him. When people cannot fully read you, something interesting happens. They start projecting onto you. Some will assume you are confident, some will assume you are cold, some will assume you are dangerous. You do not correct them. You let their own mind do the work. The less people know about you, the more freedom you have to move. There is nothing to prejudge, nothing to pre-block, nothing to pre-attack. Think about the opposite. The man who talks about every move he wants to make. He announces every goal. He shares every idea. Later, when he fails or changes his mind, he looks unreliable. A Sigma would rather move quietly and let people find out after the result is done. Number 4, enforce respect, do not request it. Disrespect is almost never random. It is usually a test. Someone jokes at your expense in front of others. Someone cuts you off every time you speak. Someone forgets to include you. Someone makes a slick comment, expecting you to swallow it. Most people avoid addressing it because they do not want drama. They do not want to be seen as sensitive. They want to be liked. So they laugh it off, they ignore it, they tell themselves it is not a big deal. But the person testing you is not ignoring it. They are taking notes. They are learning that there is no price for stepping on your boundaries. Sigma rebellion sets a price. The first response is withdrawal. Your warmth disappears. Your eagerness drops. Your availability drops. You do not reward disrespect with the same energy you give to respect. If you need to speak, you do it calmly. What did you mean by that? Don't speak to me like that. We're not doing that again. You do not shout. You do not throw a tantrum. You do not explain for 10 minutes why it hurt you. You let the line stand. You let your new behavior reinforce it. Because consequences train people faster than conversations ever will. Some people will correct themselves. Some will reveal that they never respected you in the first place. Both outcomes are useful. Number 5, stop being useful to people who do not value you. This one cuts deep. Many men build their identity on being the good guy, the one who is always there, the one who always helps, the one who fixes, rescues, coaches, supports. Being supportive is not wrong, but being exploited is. If you give too much to the wrong people, they do not become grateful. They become entitled. They start expecting your time, expecting your energy, expecting you to answer, to show up, to listen to their chaos. And when you finally pull back, they make you feel like the villain. Sigma rebellion forces you to ask better questions. Who shows up for me? Who respects my time? Who would defend me when I am not in the room? Who adds something back? If the answer is almost nobody, you are not surrounded by friends. You are surrounded by consumers. From now on, your presence is not free. You do not keep giving to people who drain you. You do not stay in one-sided dynamics. You do not prove your loyalty to people who have never proven theirs. Presence is power. Where you put it matters. And remember this line, if you are always available, you are never valuable. Number 6, build the war mind. Strategy over emotion. Most men live in reaction. Something happens and they respond instantly. A message comes in and they reply without thinking. Someone insults them and they explode. Someone pulls away and they chase. That is how you live as prey. Everything outside you controls everything inside you. The Sigma trains detachment. He feels emotion, but he does not move just because he feels it. He creates space between the trigger and the reaction. Someone insults you. You do not fire back straight away. You observe. What is their pattern? Are they insecure? Are they testing you? Are they trying to drag you down because they cannot rise? Someone betrays you. You do not chase closure. You quietly adjust their position in your life. You stop giving them access to sensitive information. You stop trusting them with things that matter. You stop exposing your soft spots to someone who has shown they cannot be trusted. Someone tries to provoke you publicly. They want to pull you into a scene. You do not give them the show. You stay calm. You stay composed. You might even smile. This is not about being numb. It is about choosing your battles from a place of power, not from wounded pride. If someone can trigger you on command, they can control you on command. Your rebellion is to become untriggerable. You will still feel things, but your actions will no longer be controlled by whoever presses the right button. Number 7, master one craft until you become undeniable. Sigma rebellion is not just in your personality, it is in your output. At the end of the day, power respects competence. When you know you can produce value, you stop begging to be kept. You stop fearing that everything will collapse if one person walks away. You stop clinging to shallow approval. Because you know you can rebuild. Pick one craft that can change your status. It might be business, a trade, sales, editing, coding, public speaking, fitness and coaching. Something real, something that can be improved every single day, and then train it like a weapon, daily. No one has to see it, no one has to clap for you, no one has to believe in you. You keep leveling up, you study, you practice, you make mistakes and correct them. Over time, something subtle happens. You start to walk differently, you speak differently, you stop trying to impress people because you know deeply that you bring something serious to the table. This is how you go from following rules to bending them. Rules bend for men who produce results other people need. Number 8, become both lion and fox. The lion is your strength, your standards, your boundaries, your willingness to say no and mean it. The fox is your intelligence, your timing, your ability to read people, your ability to see patterns in behavior. If you are only the lion, you become blunt and easy to predict. If you are only the fox, you become sneaky and untrusted. Sigma rebellion is the fusion of both. You become polite but not weak, calm but not passive, kind but not controllable. You understand that the world is not organized around fairness. It is organized around power, perception, and leverage. Once you accept that, you stop living in fantasy. You stop expecting that people will treat you well just because you are a good person. You start building a life where you cannot be easily harmed, controlled, or discarded. Now I am going to give you the Sigma Rebellion Protocol. This is how you install all of this into your nervous system over the next 30 days. Every day, you do 5 things. 1 boundary, 1 silent discipline, 1 controlled response, 1 skill representative, 1 reputation move. 1 boundary means you say no where you used to say yes. You correct disrespect you would have ignored. You remove a bit of access from someone who treats you lightly. 1 silent discipline means you do something hard without telling anyone. You train, you study, you clean your environment, you work on your finances, you improve something you have been avoiding. No post, no announcement, No fishing for praise. One controlled response means that when something triggers you, you do not react instantly. You wait 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 hour if needed. You let your emotions cool enough for your logic to come online. Then you respond in a way that protects your long-term position, not just your pride in the moment. One skill rep means you invest in your craft. At least 20 minutes. Every single day. This is your escape plan from dependence on anyone else's approval, money, or permission. One reputation move means you remove one behavior that lowers your status in public. You stop complaining in front of others. You stop oversharing private details with people who did not earn it. You stop explaining your life choices to people who are not even building their own. You do this for 30 days. People will react, some will be confused, some will be angry, some will pull away. Let them. That is the old system collapsing. That is your old role dying. At the same time, something else will happen. The right people will start paying attention. People with discipline, people with vision, people who recognize strength even when it is quiet. Because strong people do not hate boundaries. They respect them. This is the real meaning of Sigma rebellion. It is not, I hate the world. It is, I refuse to be controlled by it. It is not, I do not need anyone. It is, I will never again trade my self-respect for anyone. It is the moment you stop living like life is happening to you and start living like you are actively shaping it. Predator, not prey. Not in brutality, in mindset, in discipline, in strategy. If this spoke to you, type it out somewhere. Predator, not prey. Make it your contract. If you want more like this, more Sigma mindset, dark psychology, and Machiavellian strategy, stay close, subscribe, and check the Sigma Mindset playlist on this channel. This is Psychology of the Powerful, and the rebellion is not loud, it is controlled. It is calculated. It starts the moment you decide you will never again live by rules you did not write.